Senator Kushner.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to just thank our colleagues on the Education Committee, particularly my good friend, Representative Senator McCrory. I'm so sorry. People do that to me all the time. And I do want to say how important this bill is, this school construction bill is to our district. First of all, there are 2 new schools that are going to be built in New Fairfield. And, you know, I am very proud to represent that city, particularly after seeing how they took on the issue of building new schools. I've never been in such an environment where people were very thorough in understanding what was wrong with the schools, making sure that there were tours of the schools all summer long so we could go in and examine the problems and look at what needed to be done and really weigh the options before us, whether renovation was better or demolition and building new schools. And in the end, there was obviously a referendum vote on that, and the people spoke, and the people said we want to build new schools. And I thought it was one of the best examples I've ever seen of participatory democracy, where people really got involved and got something done. And now we get to play our part in helping to make that a reality and helping New Fairfield to be able to have these new schools that are so much needed. So that was a wonderful experience for me. But I think probably tonight what's even more heartening to me is to have the state come to the aid of Danbury. Danbury, where I've lived for almost 30 years, where I raised my 3 kids where they went to the public schools, has become incredibly overcrowded. We are one of the few school districts in the state that is growing, and it's growing beyond what was anticipated. And I believe it will grow even more as a result of the health crisis that we've been in, as we see people coming from New York in larger numbers into our community. And we welcome them, and we welcome their families. But we also know that we have a serious problem because we don't have enough space for the children that we have. And the problem isn't a problem that we're going to face in a few years. It's a problem that we have faced already for a few years. Now, one of the problems in Danbury that doesn't make me very proud to acknowledge is that we are spending on our students the least amount of money per student in the state. We are 169 out of 169 towns and cities in the state of Connecticut. That's not something I'm proud of, and it's something I believe we have to change on the local level as well as on the state level. And so when I see the state taking very proactive approach through the efforts of our leadership here in the Senate, through the efforts of our chair of this committee, I have to applaud them because they're coming to our rescue. We've looked at all kinds of solutions for Danbury, and I think we landed upon the best solution, a career academy that will actually focus on taking high school students and giving them opportunities to really experience what the future might look like for them. This is a new path for Danbury and something that's very badly needed. It will also be able to seat 1,400 students. Now, if you've ever been to the Danbury Public High School, which my kids went to, it was big. It was the biggest one in the state when my kids went there. It's got over 3,000 students. In this time of pandemic, we're not able to open it, partly because of the spike, but partly even if a third of the students stay home. And even if we do hybrid, we're going to have 1,000 kids in that building every day. It's just, we have just grown beyond what we can accommodate. So my deep appreciation to the state of Connecticut, and I'm so proud to be here to be able to vote on this, because really, all of you were coming to the rescue of these students in Danbury in a much needed way. And I'm so, I feel so honored to be part of the vote, and so thankful to all my colleagues who will vote for this school construction bill. And so with that, I strongly urge support of this bill and intend not just to vote for it, but to cheer and root for this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Kushner.